Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. What do I got to say about Monday Night Raw? It's funny. I can't. I feel like I just can't take this shit seriously. I really can't. And I'm watching this show tonight, and I sit and think to myself, and I told myself at one point, I'm really appreciative now I went to All In, because I have people that ask me, why didn't I go to Monday Night Raw tonight? Should have went to Raw. Well, you want to go to Raw, and people were really offering me this because I knew this show was coming in October, but I made the right choice not going to this show tonight. Okay, I'm glad I did not go. Yes, there were a lot of people that showed up on Monday Night Raw. Yes, it was. A lot of announcements made. I feel like I'm going to see heel turns or double heel turns I shouldn't say double heel turn, double turns, or people on the verge of going heel all night. But then I'm seeing a lot of garbage on this show in general, and I sat and thought to myself, how many rematch tag teams am I going to see this week? Or from Saturday at the Super Show? How many times? And I just sit here and I'm looking at this show, and it's like I just said before, I'm glad I went to All In. I'm very glad I went to All In on that Saturday over a month ago on the 1st of September, because if I went to this show tonight, I may have felt like I would have wasted my money. And there's a reason why people tell me they can't watch Monday Night Raw, because they cannot stand this show. And it is garbage. But since it's in my neck of the woods of Chicago, Illinois tonight, and like I said, I'm kind of glad I didn't go. And I know it's going to be a lot of irony to me wearing this D-Generation X jersey, but where do I begin here? Triple H and Shawn Michaels came out after they talked about what happened last Saturday at the Super Show. As Triple H, he talked about 25 years. It was a long time to climb a mountain, and him and Shawn were on top of the world, and they made it to the top of that mountain several times. But what happened last Saturday at the Super Show, and they showed the whole Undertaker and Triple H match, as Triple H says that it takes a lot to earn respect from him and Shawn. And pretty much he looked at HBK and talked about how respect sticks with you and everything, and given opportunity. But Shawn said when you respect a person that they used to represent. And he talked about what happened on Saturday. He talked about how it's a long time. He had a long time to think, from Melbourne, Australia, all the way to Chicago, Illinois, after the whole Super Showdown thing. And after 8.5 long years, he said, because he had time to think about this. And this is a very long-term story. 8.5 long years, honoring his respect. He says that he would never come out of retirement. But Triple H approached him, and he pretty much says, talking about off that plane, Triple H said, I got 3 words that he thought he'd never hear again. Are you ready? As Triple H asked Shawn, like he knows he's ready, but he says, Undertaker, Kane, Crown Jewel, are you ready? And of course the crowd's going to pop for that, because Shawn Michaels pretty much went on to say that D-Generation X is ready. And he says, I absolutely say, with no respect of all, if you're not down with that, then we got 2 words for you. Suck it, of course, as the crowd's going to say. Triple H and Shawn pretty much had these new D-Generation X t-shirts. My God, they make these shirts so quick. I'm sure they had that ready. They had those DX shirts ready, okay? Because it's been rumored for a while. But DX pretty much pose and everything, and do their thing, and Triple H is telling people to suck it and stuff. So DX is back again, which it's funny to me since they're probably one of the most over things on this show. But it's like my friend told me, and you can go back and look at last week. It's WWE's fault of how they push their talent, because you look at last week with DX and the Brothers of Destruction. They were probably the most over thing on that show last week for Monday Night Raw. And you look at it once again, they are more over than the main roster. And it's like people say, they don't push their main roster well enough or treat them well, but they rely on the legends. And I'm sure a lot of people really don't want to see DX versus the Brothers of Destruction, the Crown Jewel, and, Saudi Arabia and stuff, but it is a shame, though. It really is. It is a shame when you look at it of who's over and who's not really over. And they are trying, and like I said, DX are over. And I just thought it funny when they kept showing a DX video package throughout the night that, there were more members than DX, right? I just still would have gone on that idea what happened last Saturday. They just had all the DX come out. What would be funny to do is Saudi Arabia too. Let's bring out the Outlaws, huh? Let's bring out the New Age Outlaws. Let's bring out X-Pac then, huh? Let's have them all the DX try to screw the Brothers of Destruction. Let's see where this goes, okay? Let's see where this really goes. But it is confirmed now. D-Generation X is back, and they will go against the Brothers of Destruction at the Crown Jewel. Are you really excited to see this match? I'm sure people are going to say yes. Sure people are going to say no. I'm sure people are going to say DX went out of style a long time ago, but DX is still over to this day. And come on, just look at what we got here. Just look at it. Look at it. So you knew the match was coming, okay? You knew this was coming. This whole thing ain't over. I don't think it's gonna not be over for a very long time. So excuse me, I kind of lost my words right there, but you just see what's going on. And like I said, there's a difference of who they push, and it's like, I can go off of what my friend told me on Snapchat tonight. They push more of the Roman agenda and the legends than they do their main roster. It's either the Roman Reigns show, or if we can bring anybody back to get them over. So, hey, are you excited to see DX? Like, look at him as faces? Do you look at them as heels? I don't know. I just know Chicago was happy to see this. Next, in a very strange match, if you ask me, Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens, a very pro Kevin Owens crowd. Which, by God, he did a Stone Cold Stunner out there. This really annoyed me, and I don't know. And this is the strangest thing to me too. Who are supposed to be the faces and who are supposed to be the heels right here? Because Leo Rush was just annoying to me on the mic. He just got annoying, and it wasn't like in a good way to get good heel heat. It was almost like annoying. I wanted to turn my TV to annoying that I had to, which pretty much I'm still working on right now, and I'm hoping I get a review of this sooner or later of the King of Pro Wrestling with New Japan, what's going on right now. I'm only halfway through that show, and I'm still trying to finish that. I've been trying to avoid spoilers because I see there has been a lot going on in that show, which I'm not really going to discuss right now. But Leo Rush was very annoying, okay? And the people either booed him throughout this, and I swear Kevin Owens was damn near working as a face out there against Bobby Lashley. Lashley won with the, Dominator for the win, but it was still a good match. But then next thing you know, Lashley goes back to the ring and starts attacking Kevin Owens' knee, and Rush tells him to get back in. He still goes at Kevin Owens. So was this a double turn? Like, who were the faces and who were the heels? So did Lashley turn heel? Is it a double turn? Like, where is this going? Listen, Leo Rush on the microphone was just annoying, okay? He annoyed me. It just annoyed me. It was just a bad kind of annoy. I don't know if it was to get heat or something, but it was like after a while, I just had to go to something else, like I just said. But is Kevin Owens face now and Lashley's a heel? I don't know where we're going with this. And then they go to Finn Balor and Finn Balor and Bayley, which I still talk about the mixed match challenge, which they beat Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox last week on the mixed match. So why are we doing this match again? Well, dude, you're gonna see a lot of rematches on the show. Lots of rematches from tag teams. So we did a match on the mixed match challenge, and then it's like, why are they even cutting a promo on this? The match is over. You already beat them. So why are we doing this again? And then Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley come in and Lashley talk about, you destroy Owens and stuff. So, I'm really trying to understand. Is Kevin Owens a face and Lashley and Bobby Lashley and Rush are heels? Listen, WWE's done a horrible job of putting Lashley's face. Lashley should have been heel to begin with, okay? He really should have. I'm not really sure on the whole him having a manager type of deal, but it's funny how TNA can get this right, but WWE has pretty much screwed up Bobby Lashley's entire run ever since he's come back in the company. This almost makes me wish he was still in TNA, still as a heel, dominating and being, like I said, being a very dominant world champion and believable and actually really good on the mic. This, I don't even know where this is going. Finn Balor, I'll get back to him in a minute, but we didn't go back to, what was it, Elias, I think it was? Yeah, Elias, which all he really did was talk about what happened in Australia and talked about the Cubs not going to the World Series, of course, and just to get heat, which was this now, just getting heat for talk about sports teams. Listen, I don't know. Elias, I like Elias, but I feel like it's doing the same thing almost every week. Strums guitar, talks about some people. Someone will interrupt them or attack him or end up in a match, or he'll just disappear. And that's pretty much what happened. Rousey came out. Elias pretty much disappeared after that. That's all that really happened. He disappeared. So, I don't know. Elias, like I said, he was just there to talk about the Cubs and John Cena's haircut. They even talked about the World Cup to prove who the best in the world is. CM Punk. Let's not do that, but what was it? But this whole 8-Cup World Tournament, I don't really know who's all in this. All I know is that John Cena's in this, so Cena's in. Just know that. Another rematch I don't really need to see, which we just saw on Saturday. The Riot Squad versus Rousey and the Bellas. I don't really care. I saw it Saturday. I feel like I've seen it too many times. And, then they have to have Brie and, Morgan try to come at each other like this was going somewhere. Like this is a feud now with, Liv Morgan and Brie Bella. But I don't really. Why am I seeing this match again? I don't get it. Why? Seriously, I'm very serious. Why are we seeing this match again? And, Rousey won, armbar, Pentagon Rousey there on Ruby Riott. So, I actually thought the Riot Squad would have gotten a win back, since I'm really going by 50-50 booking here. That's what I'm really going with. Do a lot of these rematch tag matches. 50-50 booking. They get their win on this show, so we'll give them a win. But Rousey and them went over, and then as soon as they celebrated, Nikki Bella hit Ronda from behind, and the Bellas started to jump Rousey, but Rousey pretty much flipped both of them, and then tried to go after the Bellas again, and the Bellas attacked her from behind, a numbers game. Rousey still tried to get him, but by the throat, but Nikki threw him into the barricade and the steps, and they stood over Rousey and held up the title. So we knew where this was going. Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I've said this for weeks. I know at least it's a face versus heel, but I think they said it was the main event for Evolution. And you wonder why they haven't sold out enough tickets yet. Okay, you wonder why they still haven't sold out the event yet. Who wants to see this match? Okay, listen, it's dumb. This sets the Evolution back, whatever they want to call it. Evolution, Revolution, I don't know. But when you just have the Bellas being pushed over people like Sasha or Bailey, which I don't know, or we can name many people. Moon, Asuka, I know she's not on the show, but just in general, I'm just naming women who do deserve this type of spot in a title match. If I'm trying to look from the Raw side, who would go against Ronda Rousey, but you look at women like that, and then you look at Nikki Bella, just the Bellas in general, it's like, where is this going? Where is this? I don't even know why Sasha. Sasha's hurt right now, so I don't think she can even be around for this thing. I'm not really sure, but I just look at this whole thing. It's like, who wants to see this match? And it's the main event too. How is this even believable? How is it even believable? Nikki Bella versus Ronda Rousey. And they tried to make the Bellas look as strong as they could out there, even though Rousey still flipped them after, but tried to make them look strong. Okay? I don't know. So, like I said, this is the main event, but I feel like this show's gonna turn for the worse. I'm really starting to feel this is gonna turn for the worse. Who wants to see this? Okay? Like, I don't understand it. I really don't get this. It's dumb. I'm sure a lot of people thought this was their worst nightmare happening, but the nightmare is true. So that's your main event for Evolution, I believe. But it's so laughable. It's stupid. It's that stupid. Finn Balor and Bailey went against Jinder Mahal, Alicia Fox again, even though they just beat them last week on the Mixed Match Challenge. They beat them again. So, like I said, this was just a whatever match in a way, just I guess to get the crowd, feel good or something. But I don't know, man. But Finn Balor and Bailey, what do they got them doing? It's funny, and I saw this photo posted today. Finn Balor, man, what happened? What was this guy? On top of the world at NXT at one point. Demon, NXT champion, hell, had the Universal champion for 24 hours. Hell, where's the original leader of the Bullet Club at, huh? The founder, the leader of the club, the original, the first leader of the Bullet Club. The man that was cutting great promos in New Japan and having Bad Luck Fale carry him out and stuff on his shoulders and everything, and IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Where's that Finn Balor? Somebody needs to bring a real rock and roller back to Prince Devitt there, because I don't know. Bailey has just been dead for so long, I don't even know where it's going. They killed Bailey a long time ago. Same with Finn, but this is literally the best they got them doing. This is literally the best they got them doing. Dolph Ziggler and McIntyre and Strowman were arguing back on Saturday, saying they're going to win tonight, saying no more excuses. Baron Corbin, oh God, where was this going? Where was this going? I don't even know what was going on with this. Baron Corbin, first he talked about Heath Slater, saying he's not good enough to be in the World Cup tournament. But then he talked about the Global Battle Royale, where he scoured the globe to find these WWE 2K19 custom created foreign players or 1980 something jobbers with these gimmick countries from, oh God, the Conquistador, and I think there was some guy from Russia, some guy that went against JBL that was American, the Swami, the Slicer, these generic like job guy names or something. I'm like, what is this? The 1980s? What is this? They're from all these countries, and this gear looked horrible from Mexico and Russia and Japan and Chile. I don't even know. I didn't even know all the countries that was probably out there. But it just looked. This whole thing looked dumb. I don't even understand what was the point of this. And I'm like, who's watching this show? I'm just sitting. I'm laughing, but it's like, this is just so bad. Where did you find these independent guys? I swear I've seen one of those guys on TNA before. I swear I have. But this here, I don't get it. I don't even know all these people. I don't even remember all the names. I just know they were all from different countries. I don't even remember all the names, but they look like idiots. This is just. But when I got to that point in the show, like I said, I was more focused on watching New Japan and finding out who the new LIJ member is, and that's just something if you want to look that up. But I didn't understand this. They all jump him, and he beats all these guys up, and I don't know. He gets rid of the. I don't know who the final guy was. The one with like the royal something. I don't even remember his name, but the Conquistador was still out there. Next thing you know, he had 3 German suplexes. It was the crowd pretty much popped and knew who it was then. But they roared and went crazy for it. 3 German suplexes, an angle slam, and next thing you know, it's Kurt Angle. As dumb and silly as this was, the crowd did pop for Kurt Angle though. And now he's in this World Cup tournament for the Crown Jewels. So we'll see where that goes then. But Kurt Angle is in it. And once I saw that German suplex, I'm like, wait, I know who the Conquistador is now. Kurt Angle, folks. This whole segment was super dumb. But at least the crowd did pop for Kurt Angle. But I just could not take that. I'm like, what am I watching here? Where is this going? But I guess this was the payoff here. Nia Jax went against Ember Moon, which for some reason Ember Moon can't get a televised entrance for some odd-like reason. This match actually wasn't really that. I did like the suicide dive, which, Jax didn't even fall. And, Jax charged into the, pretty much hitting the apron then real hard. Moon won by count out, and then, Jax hugged her, and, I thought Nia Jax was actually about to turn heel. I don't really know where this is going. What is this? It's going to be a match at, I feel like this may stem to a match at Evolution for some reason. This may be a feud, and I'm gonna assume Nia Jax's gonna turn heel. That's what I'm gonna assume. Since they, got nothing, I don't really think they have anything for these two. So it's like, you either make them a team or, turn them against each other. So I feel like they're going to turn against each other. Or it's going to be a match. But, like, it wasn't really that bad. But I'm sitting there wondering, like, don't they got anything better for Moon? And why is she not getting a televised entrance? Trish Stratus came out, which the crowd pretty much gave a good reaction. Probably would have been good if I was there to see Trish Stratus. Trish was Raw. Trish pretty much says, she was back, in 3 weeks. They're making history and talked about how Alexa's Bliss's moment of bliss was a load of BS, and wanted to talk about Stratisfaction. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James came out then. They talked about Trish and dullards in the crowd, and Stratus pretty much says you got your math done wrong last week about the timeline and stuff, and she says that's not the only area where you come up short. Bliss then pretty much said that I now have a chance to face you, and that, Trish sucks, and that, Trish is lucky she wasn't around, and, in her era, because you be living in my own shadow. Trish pretty much told her to come to the ring. Mickie James pretty much said that, what happens in Chicago, okay? Nothing good happens for you in Chicago, Trish, WrestleMania 22, when those two faced against each other, so we can go on from that. And, Mickie James pretty much talked about her and Bliss should team up at Evolution, which now these are not one-on-one matches anymore. So Trish talked about, I need a partner. Who could it be? Next thing you know, Lita came out. Lita pretty much had a big pop out there. Lita and Trish went both Mickie James and Alexa Bliss then. Lita hit the Twist of Fate on Mickie James. Was going to go for the moonsault, but pretty much Bliss and Mickie James headed to the high heels.
Sorry, listen, I don't know that.
Not you. But listen, is a tag match really better? It's slightly better. Honestly, I don't really want to see it that much in general. Listen, it's better than the one-on-one, okay? Nobody didn't want to see Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss to begin with because it sounded dumb, okay? And it's funny. I'm looking at 3 women in the ring who could pretty much out-wrestle circles around Alexa Bliss, so we know who has the experience here and, who's not really that good. But listen, I didn't want to see the one-on-ones to begin with, okay? And now I feel like we're gonna go for another Trish and Mickie James, who just given by your past history and stuff. But like I said, nobody didn't really want to see Trish versus Alexa Bliss to begin with. But a tag match is slightly better, I guess. The Shield were in the back, talking about they were a brotherhood, and they were going to take out Strowman and them tonight. Pretty much say, it doesn't matter if they're in Melbourne or Chicago. It's that the Shield always, the Shield story stays the same. That the Shield take out anybody that we are the Shield. Believe that pretty much. A feud that I have really tired. What is this? The 5th, 6th, 7th week now we seen this. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Ascension. And then the Ascension pretty much said that nothing's glorious and stuff. We're gonna send you back to the wasteland. And dude, I feel like I've seen this so much. Like, we built Connor up, we give him 2 wins here. I don't know where this is going. This feud is dumb. Bobby Roode needs to change indefinitely. I don't know. Chad Gable just looks really corny coming out there with Bobby Roode doing that glorious thing. It makes him look like a dork in a way, or just an idiot half the time. And I guess the only thing you could really take from here was what? Roode being annoyed by Gable tagging himself in the Chaos Theory suplex on Victor for the win. And then Roode and Gable gonna argue with each other. The Authors of Pain, which they only say AOP, pretty much attacked and beat up everybody. Super Collider on Gable and Victor. So what is it gonna be, a triple threat tag? Which I don't know where. I guess Authors of Pain are just beating up everybody, and Rockstar Spud. At least he didn't dress like them all the way. Like, they got the not matching gear but colors, but he didn't dress like them all the way though. But who really wanted to see the Ascension versus Roode and Gable? And let's give me also add too. I know I'm sure people are gonna try to boo this out tonight, but there were CM Punk chants during this match, so that tells you how the people feel. Like I said, I was paying attention to a way different show than I was paying attention to this show. Like I said before, I'm glad I didn't even come here tonight on Raw. I'm not going all the way to Allstate just for this. Insanity. But yeah, I don't even know where this tag thing is going. I don't know. I'm surprised this feud has lasted 6 weeks. I really am. Next thing you know, Paul Heyman comes out then. You know, they played the DX video and stuff, mostly the comedy version of it. With just those two and not all the other members. But Paul Heyman, he came out on stage and pretty much talked about the whole Shield versus Strowman, McIntyre, and Ziggler, that they just fought each other in Australia. Now 20 hours later, they got a fight here in Chicago, and that's how we do things in WWE and everything. You know, in 7 days, twice a week. You know, something, you know, we're gonna beat each other out and put smiles on faces. Heyman and pretty much talk about Brock. You know, he's been watching this because he's sleeping in his own bed, you know, home cooked meal, and you know, pretty much at the gym training because he's a two-sport athlete and stuff from, you know, WWE and UFC. I could really get in UFC right now if I want to. That's what I saw last Saturday. Anyway, he talked about how the Shield, you know, Reigns is in a stable who watched these brothers back, and that, you know, Strowman has a team of weak links, and that Brock will be the champ. So Paul was just pretty much there to put the show over, the match over. That's all he was really there to do. But as for the Shield versus Strowman, McIntyre, and Ziggler, once again, matches again I have to see that just happened on Saturday, which since they got nothing else to do, let's keep redoing matches. I don't understand this. And of course, Empire was right about 50-50 booking. Oh yeah, 50-50 booking, folks. Listen, this match wasn't bad. Okay, I will say this. It was a pretty good 6-man. I think it was a little bit more better than the one they had at the Super Showdown. You saw Strowman and, you know, McIntyre and Ziggler arguing with each other at one point. But at least Strowman and them got the win. Yeah, it's 50-50 booking, but they need to look somewhat type of strong. They really did. McIntyre got the kick on Ambrose for the pin. Then, you know, the Shield were in the ring, but Ambrose was frustrated and pretty much walked out of there as, you know, Seth and Reigns was still in the ring. But, you know, what can I say about this show? Alright, other than, you know, Ambrose, I don't know. You know, Ambrose pretty much walking away and stuff, that was pretty much the thing. But, you know, overall for this show, this was still really bad, okay? It really was, just in general. Because I just feel like I saw either lots of rematches from Saturday or from last week, or just multiple rematch tags, I should say that too. But there were a lot of announcements, okay? I will say one thing. There was a lot of news in retaining to Raw, though. What can I really say? What, from DX reforming to fight the Brothers of Destruction at the Crown Jewel thing, the Bellas jumping Ronda Rousey, which, you know, we all know where that's going and no one wants to see. Multiple tag, that's even a positive, I guess. But what, Trish and Lita are now tagging against Bliss and Mickie James since they were on the show tonight. Kurt Angle making his return as the Conquistador to be in this Crown Jewel, and John Cena being in it. But there are a lot of negatives just from the show, I would say, itself. From that Leo Rush promo annoying everybody with, I guess, Lashley is heel and Kevin Owens is face. I don't even know, but Chicago should have made it seem like there was a double turn or something. But other than just random rematches we've already seen that nobody wanted to see, that was a negative part. You can add that on. Finn and Bayley, I just don't even know what they're doing. But once again, that's another rematch tag. Another rematch. That entire segment with Baron Corbin was freaking retarded. That was probably one of the worst things. Okay, that was bad. Funny so bad in a way. But the only thing you really take up was the Conquistador showing up. But when he scoured the world for this global battle royale, I didn't know where this going. I wish the CM Punk chance would have rang out then. That would have been the perfect time to do the CM Punk chance, okay? That would have been the perfect time to. Nia Jax versus Ember Moon wasn't bad, but I don't really know where this is going. I really don't, unless one's going to turn heel. I already talked about Trish and Lita. Rude and Gable versus the Ascension. How many times have we seen this entire feud go on now in the past few weeks? And who really wants to see it? Who really does? Okay, I don't know where it's going. Unless Rude's going to turn heel, I guess, but I'm just sad that, like, I don't really need to watch this match because I know who's probably going to win regardless in this tag team match. You know who's going to win. Jax versus Moon wasn't bad. I've already talked about it, but I didn't really know where that was going. But that's my review of Monday Night Raw tonight, okay? This show, man, I just don't know. Like I said, it was a lot of newsworthy stuff going on and stuff, and a couple positive, but more negatives and stuff. I'm sure people are going to talk about DX. You know, once again, they're hogging spotlight. The legends here taking the spotlight because the entire main roster is mostly not over and stuff. So yeah, that's where I can really go on and say from there. But you know, like I said, the show itself was, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I'm glad I didn't go. I didn't really feel like I needed to waste my money to go out to Monday Night Raw. I went to All In. I'm good enough. I'm straight on that, okay? It wasn't worth it. Alright, was just trying watching NJPW trying to finish this show. Most likely I will try to get a review on that if I can for the King of Pro Wrestling New Japan. Man, because there was a lot of things going on that show too. But we shall see. But overall, man, this show, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just glad I didn't go. I'm glad I did not go to Monday Night Raw. Wasn't worth it. Just wasn't worth it, okay? A lot of news, couple returns here and there and stuff going on, but would it really been worth my time to go out there for this show? Would it really have been? Seriously. Okay? It wouldn't have been worth my time going out there. So, I think I made the right choice of not going to Monday Night Raw tonight. But I am out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought about the show. I guess you should say to follow on the Twitter at HoodedKnight890, okay, on Twitter there. So, probably can see through videos on there whenever something is uploaded for a review or anything. So I am out of here, you know, since I'm wearing this shirt. If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you, suck it. And I got some other shows to catch up on and finish this other thing for NJPW. So I am out of here. See you guys later. Peace out.